everyone, welcome to Redmen TV. It's daily news time, a little bit later than normal today, but we had some really cool stuff that we were doing this morning, which we'll tell you about more of in due course, probably the next day or two. Stay tuned for all that. Some interesting stuff and some less interesting stuff. The less interesting stuff we will get out of the way first and foremost. Alberto Moreno looks likely to leave. Shock. Moving on from that, Jurgen Klopp has said that he will take a full squad to Sydney for the post-season friendly. I think the question, from what I can read into it, was asked around the England internationals, because England have got a friendly kicking off, I think it's at the 10th of June, which is obviously a week or so after the end of the season. There might even be one slightly earlier than that. And I think what he's kind of saying is, no, that's not going to impact anything. There's players that might miss out, but they're going to be involved in other things. He's basically planning on taking as many players as he's physically capable of doing, and that will be that, which is great, because we'd speculated that because you saw the likes of Gerrard and McManaman, Daniel Agger, etc., who are going to be going over there, that might mean it's a little bit of an extra break for the likes of Firmino, Coutinho, Mane, etc., etc. But no, by all accounts, he's going to take the full whack. And what that might play into the hands is something I'd mentioned as well around the time that this came out, was that they might make this into a little bit of a post-season party to some extent, because obviously the internationals are going to have another game to play in a week or two, and the season kind of still sort of continuing on as well to some extent for other teams involved in other things. Maybe one last sort of team bonding exercise, get everyone together, have a nice relaxing game of footy in the sun, go out and have a bevy in Oz, and then get on with your summer, basically. So no, interesting stuff, particularly for people obviously travelling to that game as well. One note of interest, just obviously not news per se, but it is the anniversary of the Hillsborough verdicts, which is amazing. It's one of those things that it's worth reminding people of, because people still ask the question of, like, why does the fight for justice still continue, etc., etc. You know, it's been a year now since the truth was unequivocally put out public, and yet still, you know, there are still many steps to be taken, particularly for, you know, vindication's been happening, but justice isn't quite there just yet. So don't let people forget. Keep on fighting. Keep on thinking about it, and hopefully we'll have more positive news on that. You know, in a year from now, let's hope this is all finally done and dusted, and the people who are accountable are held accountable over these things. Anyway, getting back into the football on the field, Adam Lallana back in training. He put a video out of himself walking towards the players' entrance, which is amazing. He's got his eyes on Watford. Us too, Adam. Massive boost for Liverpool if he can make himself available for that game. I think we'll all agree. And finally, on transfers, Andy Hunter, who I believe is the Guardian, was talking to Anfield HQ. He did a Q&A with them, and he was talking about Liverpool's targets, and he says he believes that Naby, Keita and Van Dijk, he think there's a good chance if Liverpool get Champions League. The quote is, "It's quite evident that these players are high, but both players are higher on Klopp's wish list. I certainly think in terms of Keita, I think Liverpool have a very good chance of getting him." Obviously, the Champions League thing will be massively dependent, and we'll see in due course. We'll know a little bit more based on Thursday's results in the Manchester derby, and of course moving to Watford and beyond and beyond. I think without a shadow of a doubt, obviously Liverpool are a much more enticing prospect with Champions League football. But are these the kind of players you think we should be targeting? Always interested to know, if Liverpool get Champions League, would you be happy to have Naby, Keita and Van Dijk as amongst Liverpool's top targets? Or, given the money that we'd have to pay, you're probably talking in excess of 70 or 80 million to get both of them. Is there other players that you think we could target that would be just as effective but much cheaper? Let me know that in the comments below. If you want to watch more transfer talk, you can do. I've done a video over on my channel, Mates TV, about what I think Liverpool's top target this summer should be. And, you know, it's not just as simple as Virgil van Dijk. It's something in a much larger and a much more important sense. You can click this video right here, go through and watch that. Subscribe to Redmen TV or to my channel as well, and I'll see you there.